So Christianity is built around this core message that Jesus Christ died for the sins of humanity, that he died on a cross, that he was buried in a tomb, and then 3 days later, he was brought back to life, that God raised him from the dead. He was resurrected so that he would never die ever again. Now, history does not deny that there was a man named Jesus who was crucified by the Romans. And so there's little reason to doubt the death of Jesus. Virtually all ancient religions believed in some sort of sacrificial system. In other words, they would offer to their gods a sacrifice of some sort, a blood sacrifice. They would kill an animal. And in the Jewish faith, which Christianity comes out of, in the Jewish faith, this sacrifice was given to God so that they could receive forgiveness of their sins. Now, the Christian faith says that Jesus Christ became that sacrifice for all of humanity. So in a New Testament book called Hebrews, in Hebrews chapter 10, the Hebrew writer says that those sacrifices that took place in the Old Testament that the Jews would do year after year, they never truly really brought about forgiveness, or else they wouldn't have had to do them over and over and over again. And that essentially what they did was they just reminded Israel, they reminded the Jews that they were sinners and needed forgiving. But then the Hebrew writer says, but Jesus, when he died on the cross, when he willingly gave his life for humanity, that it was a once and for all sacrifice that forgave all of humanity for its sin problem, and that now there is no longer any need for sacrifice because Jesus' sacrifice was a once and for all sacrifice. And so we believe in the Christian faith that Jesus died on a cross for our sins. And that this was an act that was driven by love. And so one of the most famous scriptures in all of the Bible is John 3:16 that says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son." His one and only Son as a sacrifice so that we may live. And so this week we are preparing ourselves for Easter. Easter is coming on Sunday. And this is what's typically called in a lot of church traditions Holy Week. And so this week we want to be reminded of what that sacrifice meant for humanity, what Jesus' sacrifice meant, that it was a love offering, that it was a sacrifice on our behalf, and that it is one that is never to be made ever again because his sacrifice was a once and for all sacrifice. And he did that because he loved us.